Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. I personally have really struggled with finding a good, clean, delicious, and organic breakfast sausage that I truly enjoy, and so I've decided to make my own breakfast sausage, and today I wanted to share that recipe with you along with an easy recipe for breakfast sausage sandwiches with English muffins. This baked breakfast sausage is so incredibly juicy and flavorful, and it takes just a few ingredients, and then when you use it in the breakfast sandwich, it is beyond delicious. The breakfast sausage is made with a combination of ground pork, turkey, just a few spices, a little bit of maple syrup, some fresh parsley, and then it's baked in the oven. For the breakfast sandwiches, I like to use some toasted English muffins, a couple slices of cheese, a fried egg, a little bit of avocado. The flavors are so incredibly delicious when they're all combined together. Head on down into the video description box for the recipe link. I'm going to have all the details online, including this recipe with metric measurements. Meanwhile, let's get started on this easy breakfast recipe. First things first, you want to get the oven preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we can get started on the sausage. We'll need 1 pound of organic ground pork and 1 pound of organic ground turkey thigh. I like to use the thigh versus the breast because a little extra fat always adds lots of great flavor. Now, if you don't care about the organic aspect of the sausage, you could always use conventional ground meats too. Drop the ground meat into a large mixing bowl. And I love this combination of ground pork with ground turkey. It is so incredibly delicious. And then that leaner ground turkey just really complements the richer ground pork. Next, let's season our meat with 1 teaspoon of dried garlic, 1 teaspoon of dried onion, 1 teaspoon of paprika, some ground black pepper. I do about 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon of sea salt, but you can always adjust the salt to taste. A couple tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. And I will need 3 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. And then use your hands to mix this all together until you have a uniform mixture. And then really blend together the ground turkey with the ground pork. Line a large baking sheet with some parchment paper or non-stick foil, and then we'll use a measuring scoop to measure out the sausage mixture for each patty. I typically do about 6 tablespoons of the mixture, and remember that this meat is going to shrink while it's baking, so when I spread the patty out, I make it a little bit bigger than my English muffin, so once it shrinks, it fits in perfectly. Roll each scoop into a nice uniform ball. And then press each ball into a patty, and you want to try to get the thickness as uniform as you can so that the patties bake evenly. And it's okay if they touch each other. If the patties touch each other, you can always separate them after baking with a knife. And our breakfast sausage is ready for the oven. I love how quick and easy this recipe is. It's going to bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 to 22 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we'll come back to make some delicious breakfast sandwiches. For our breakfast sausage, let's start by toasting some English muffins. I like to toast them with a little bit of butter. Let's get some eggs going and a little bit of butter too. I like my eggs over medium, so the egg yolk is just slightly runny. Season with a little bit of salt and pepper. Our sausage is all done. I like to go in and temperature check a couple of the patties just to make sure that they all got up to the right temperature. I baked today for 20 minutes. And this is perfect. All these are at about 175, 180. Take the sausage out of the pan and then just pat it dry. The sausage will release quite a bit of juice. And this way our sandwiches won't be soggy. With our sausage done, our eggs ready to go, and our English muffins toasted, let's put together these sandwiches. I love my breakfast sandwiches with a little bit of avocado, and I'm going to mash the avocado first so it doesn't slide out of the sandwiches. Season the avocado with a little bit of salt and pepper. Squeeze in just a touch of lemon juice to keep it from going brown. And then use a fork to mash the avocado, and I like to have like a chunky avocado spread. Spread on a bit of mayo onto each English muffin. Add some avocado. Add your breakfast sausage patties. If you want, you could also add some lettuce or arugula to the sandwich. Top these off with an egg and a slice of cheese. And then sandwich everything together. And let's cut into this incredible sandwich. I want you guys to check out what it looks like on the inside. Check this out. Doesn't that look delicious? I love the layers, the breakfast sausage, the egg, the cheese, the avocado. This combination is incredible. And that's it for my homemade breakfast sausage recipe, and these sandwiches turned out incredible. I love how juicy and flavorful the sausage is, and I can't wait for you to try it at home. Let's give one of these sandwiches a try. I'm gonna grab this one that I've split open for you guys to see on the inside. Oh, I just love all the incredible layers here. Now that is an incredible breakfast sandwich. I love the combination of that creamy avocado with the toasted English muffin, the juicy breakfast sausage with the egg and the cheese. It is such a great combination. The only thing you could also add to this is some smoky bacon. That would make it the ultimate breakfast treat. And let's give just the sausage a try all by itself. This looks so good. And this breakfast sausage is simply amazing. It's perfectly seasoned, and I love the texture. That combination of pork and turkey is key to making an incredible breakfast sausage. You are going to love it. You can enjoy it all on its own with just like maybe a couple of fried eggs on the side, or you can always include it in a sandwich like we are doing today. Thank you so much for watching my latest episode. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box for the recipe link, where I'm going to have all the details up on my website for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time with a new recipe.